right, we've got graduation coming up soon. You know, summer right around the corner. And I remember in high school, you know, occasionally there would be the senior pranks. All right. Back when I was in high school, up till my senior year, there were only 2 high schools in Pokey. You had Pokey and Highland. And basically, as far as I recall, the senior prank was go spray paint the rock in front of the school. Now, I never took part in any senior pranks because I was busy rocking and rolling. I was playing guitar and this and that, going to shows. I didn't have time to be going to the store and picking up a can of spray paint. That's the extent of what I recall as far as senior pranks in Pocatello go. I was reading about one out of Pennsylvania, and I don't even see how it is a prank. You got 6 students facing felony charges after their senior prank of breaking into their own high school. They didn't even do anything as far as the article says. I don't know, maybe they haven't got all the information out there. Apparently they left a door cracked, and then at about 4:30 a.m., a motion alarm was activated inside the library area of the building. Oh, they went in there and they were reading. Once cops showed up, they went outside. Okay, they put plastic wrap throughout the school. A little bit of they must have wrapped some items up. Okay. I missed that one sentence because I'm an idiot. All right, anyway. That would be a prank then, I guess. But aren't you supposed to do it to the other school, not your own school? You know, maybe they only have one in Cambria County, Pennsylvania. I don't know. Can you imagine facing a felony over plastic wrap? Now, I'm not saying that breaking into your own school is good or okay, but I mean, come on. Felony burglary, misdemeanors for criminal mischief, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct. They all had to bail out of jail. Well, the district attorney says his office is planning to work with the school district to determine the appropriate amount of justice. And the school, they definitely seem upset about it. You know, they're like, no further comments. It's an active investigation. We're cooperating with the police on this matter. So, yeah, if you're trying to plan a senior prank, you got to make these pranks totally harmless and have nothing that includes anything against the law going on. Let's go to the phones here. K-Bear, you're live on the show. Keep that in mind. Who's this?
This is Caveman. How's it going?
Caveman. Pretty good, man. What's up?
Hey, man, I was just thinking about my senior pranks. I did it to my own teachers. I did fart powder in their Diet Cokes to make the breath smell like fart.
That is pretty ruthless, man. And that one, I mean, putting something into somebody else's drink. I see why you called yourself Caveman, because that could be a criminal charge.
It's been over 20 years now, so we should be fine.
Hey, you never know, man. Sometimes people get in trouble for stuff from way back in the day, but I don't know how seriously they take putting fart powder in a drink. You know, I don't know.
You know, they almost kicked me out of high school. I almost had to come back the next year.
Oh, geez. Well, that would have been...
It also involved itching powder down one of their backs, too. I was kind of dumb.
I think back in the day, I think we could get away with things a little bit more than now. They'd probably make a national example out of you for that one nowadays.
Oh, for sure.
Be charged with, a battery and who knows, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah. You can't have fun anymore.
No. Yeah, kids, anybody listening, do not put anything in anybody's drink. Don't touch anyone. Like, don't do anything like that. You will have a bad time. Look at what they're doing to these kids. Felony charges for leaving a door cracked at the school.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah, they don't mess around anymore. So.
No.
Well, right on, man.
Right on.
Enjoy your holiday weekend, Caveman. Good to hear from you.
Hey, you as well.
Right on. Peace.
Right.
Yeah, and that's another one. If you're ever going to admit to something that you shouldn't have done on the radio, make sure to use a fake name. All right. We're rolling into the 7 o'clock hour. Holy cow, already 7, and I have accomplished 0.0% of what I need to get done for the day. So we're doing good. Well, earlier we talked about traffic school powered by the advocates. You know, we got Ben coming in today. It's going to be loads of fun. I got to save this image for Lieutenant Crane here. Looking at a story out of, well, okay, it's a man from London arrested last week on suspicion of smuggling 46 kilograms of weed into Sri Lanka from Thailand. So I'm looking at a picture here of the bags of weed they found in this guy's 2 suitcases. All right, now, let's see, we've got 8 stacks. And this stack here, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so about 7 big bags on average. 7 times 8 is what, 56? 56, you know, roughly 56 pretty large bags. I'm amazed you could fit this into 2 suitcases. But what was his excuse? I didn't know it was there. I don't know where it came from. I've never seen it. No clue. That's all that was in the suitcases. Do you think that the excuse was bought by the authorities? I bet this person's in a lot of trouble. They said it was worth about £1 million, €1 million, or whatever they call that in the UK nowadays. Then you're being held in a foreign prison. It's a bad day. Now, the person who was arrested said, it's rough in this foreign prison. I haven't eaten food in days because it's too spicy. Oh. If you're worried about the conditions, don't do things to get yourself arrested in a foreign country. Have you ever seen that show, Locked Up Abroad, or just read the news? You don't tend to hear very good things about prison in general, but especially foreign prisons, all right? In some places, I would assume there are countries where if you get caught with that, you're going to get, put to death. They put people to death in other countries for all kinds of, pretty minor offenses. So, yeah. Good luck to this human being. What a boneheaded move. I don't know how much money they thought they were going to make out of this, but I don't think it's worth foreign prison. What's Sri Lankan prison like? I don't think I want to know. Happy Friday. Hope you have a great holiday weekend. Weather's looking good. Get out and enjoy it, and I hope you don't stumble across anything like a human leg while you're out enjoying yourself in the great outdoors. In the UK, a leg washed up on the beach. Human leg washes up on UK beach in very graphic incident. Well, yeah, no kidding. A person described the scene as very graphic. It's a leg, all right? Of course it's going to be graphic. And then me, I'm such a weirdo. I'm scrolling the news article. It's very long. And I'm like, all right, that's a picture of the beach. That's another picture of the beach. Where's the leg? I don't need to see somebody's leg that's been ripped off, all right? Why am I looking for it? Because they got pictures, all right? And I assume one of them going to show the leg. I don't need to see that. Why would I even assume that would be there? They're not going to put it, well, I've seen some pretty graphic news stories before, but there ain't a leg in sight. So anyway, they're of course investigating. Maybe it was a shark, huh? Says they've got a lot of surfing in the area and things like that. It's probably not, but anyway, I don't know where I was going with this aside from I hope you don't stumble across anything weird or disgusting while you're out trudging through the old wilderness there, enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. Ugh. Yeah, that would ruin the trip to the beach. Right here, this is why you don't swim in natural waters, okay? Another fine example. There might be just dead people in it, all right? Go to the swimming pool. Y'all weird. All right, if you're going to put bumper stickers on your vehicle, I guess be glad you live in America. If you're listening in America right now, I know we got people listening all over the place. Haven't pulled up the map. See who's listening today, but shout out to everybody listening everywhere. Appreciate those who listen from outside of East Idaho. Hope you're enjoying your day and the show so far. Anyway, over in the UK, there's a woman who loves bumper stickers. So she puts all kinds all over her vehicle. And apparently the police there are very uptight. Now, I'm sure there are people around here who would be uptight if they saw a sticker that said, live, laugh, love, and then it's got that scratched out, and in big bold letters below it says, don't be a blank. Now, you pick a 4-letter word, it doesn't matter which one. Some of you can, I'm sure, guess which one. It's a word that tends to be used more commonly in the UK. Anyway, this woman ended up being hauled to court because she was in possession of multiple weaponized bumper stickers. Now, if you tell somebody, don't be a blank, how is that a weaponized bumper sticker? You know, don't be a jerk, basically. Or, I don't know. I'm just trying to throw some kind of word in there. Is that so bothersome? Oh, I was driving down the road and somebody, don't be rude. Bunch of crybabies. Yeah, again, I don't see anybody getting pulled over for naughty language on their vehicle around here. I mean, there was a guy driving around during the election that had his entire back of his pickup, the tailgate, wrapped so it looked like the current president of the United States at the time was tied up and gagged in the back of the pickup truck. Okay? Not saying that they should charge him with a weaponized, vehicle wrap, but, a little bit worse than a 4-letter word. What's funny, though, is there are people out there that would be more offended by seeing a 4-letter word than that. So, yeah. I don't know if the article is joking here where they said she was, facing a possible life sentence. Like, is it because she had over 100 weaponized bumper stickers? It ended up all being dropped because, yeah, it's ridiculous, but still, got to be cautious. Yeah. You got offensive stickers on your vehicle. I don't know. You roll into the wrong town, you might have a really bad time. That could be some kind of public obscenity charge. I mean, again, it's silly. It's silly because times have changed, okay? You hear bad language on, cable news. You hear bad language everywhere except broadcast TV and broadcast radio. Those are the only two places where you got to keep it clean anymore. Well, at least I'm not going to get in trouble. Right? I got a dump button if I accidentally drop a 4-letter word. And I'm also a professional. That doesn't happen very often. Anyway, we'll get to some freak news here in a few. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet. I got a pile of tabs here. We'll find something. And I hope you're having a great morning so far once again. Good luck, those of you rocking the offensive bumper stickers. Be careful even saying those words in public. Some people are very uptight. Fun as they are to say those words. Some people don't like it. Diving into freak news, let's start with Bigfoot. All right. Monroe, Michigan. An organization has found that a father and son who reported seeing a Bigfoot in a marshy area of Monroe County are credible. Okay. So, how did they determine that they were credible? They sounded like they're telling the truth. All right, a group called the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, BFRO, claims to be the only scientific research organization exploring the Bigfoot Sasquatch mystery. And they say, you had this father and son fishing around 11:30 a.m., and they're in the wooded area behind the Monroe County inmate dormitory facility near a quarry. Illegal to hunt there, but fishing is allowed, blah, blah, blah. Dogs scared something up. Trees were shaking. They thought it was a group of deer. Continued on, and then they saw a big, heavy animal hit the ground and crouch and start moving toward them through the brush. Dog ran right toward the creature. Do you think a dog... I don't have a dog. I'm, cat guy. But if a dog saw a Bigfoot, do you think they'd just go for it? Maybe. So, dog got almost to it, but the creature shot off extremely fast through trees and brush. Dog chased the creature up the slope and over the train tracks. Then they yelled at their dog to come back. They said it was the size of a bear, but looked like a gorilla. I guess that's all it takes to be considered credible. We saw it. I saw it. My dog chased it. All right, let's see. Okay, the investigator went on to explain why he believes this would be a suitable spot for a Bigfoot. Okay, if you call yourself an expert in anything, can you get the news? I'm not just doubting the story, Kay, but how about some photos? How about you bust out the 4K video camera in your pocket and record it? Is Bigfoot an interdimensional being like, I've had listeners tell me before? That's why we can't get photos of it. It just shifts dimensions. Same thing with UFOs. That's why even though everybody has an excellent camera in their pocket, we have not yet seen any high-quality Bigfoot or UFO videos, in the last few decades. Aside from the UFO videos from the military. Those are weird. But again, I still think those are just experimental craft that the government doesn't want to admit that they're working on. That's what I think. Anyhow, story's credible. The news headline said so. What else do we have here? Dangerous ants invading North Carolina neighborhoods. All right, cool. Guess I'm not moving to North Carolina anytime soon. Yeah, guess they're getting overrun by the Asian needle ant. All right, what does it do to you? Because, fire ants, they'll kill people. My band used a very gruesome stand-up comedy clip from Doug Stanhope on our album, The Mentalist, about fire ants. I won't go into the details, but it does involve fire ants killing people. Let's see. They can sting you, and okay, I guess these needle ants might be able to kill you, but the chance of that happening is pretty low, and they're not aggressive like fire ants. But it does hurt. Does hurt if they sting you. So just don't go to North Carolina. That's the solution. Stay away from there. All right, what else do we have here? They're getting rid of pennies. Oh, no, not that. I mean, pennies haven't been useful since I was like a little kid. You younger folk might not believe this, but back in the day, stores had a thing called penny candies. It was generally Tootsie Rolls or Fruities. Yeah, the fruit-flavored Tootsie Rolls. But you could buy them 1 for a penny. That's the last time anybody needed pennies. Government does a lot of things, but at least finally something I couldn't care less about. Getting rid of pennies, all right? Hey, they might become collector's items. You got a lot of pennies around? Hang on to them, all right? Well, I'm sure that'll save us a lot of money. That'll cure the deficit. Yeah. All right. Sorry, penny fans. I didn't mean to ruin your morning. I know some people, they just love pennies. Hardcore dancers. Know what I'm talking about? Picking up pennies? All right, you ready for some unsolicited advice from me? It's a subject that's come up a few times, getting married young. Just stumbled across a post in the advice subreddit. My 4-year marriage is at a weird point. I'm 22 and my husband 25. We got married really young. He was 21 and I was 19. We had to fight our families to end up together. We grew up together and it was good in the beginning. It's been 4 years. We've had a couple of conversations where we have talked about how we don't feel connected anymore. We feel like roommates and good friends in a way. We don't have romance. We do still love each other. We both also think we've lost ourselves in this marriage. I'm in a complete existential crisis and don't know who I am or what I want. We're still giving this time to see if we can figure it out. Do you think a marriage is recoverable at this stage? What can we do to make it better? Okay. This is why you don't have to do the legal marriage. People, you can call yourself married. There's no law that says you can't say, this is my wife, this is my husband, all right? You can call yourself whatever you want, okay? Now, there are things you can do when you're in this situation. You can go to counseling. They should probably go to marriage counseling. Try that out. You might get some ideas to rekindle the flame. Fire up ChatGPT. Help, I feel like my marriage is falling apart. What can I do? ChatGPT will give you some things to try. Go for a hike. I don't know what it'll say. But this is why you don't need to deal with legal contracts when you're a teenager. All right, and again, I'm not judging anybody who got married young, okay? I get it, but there's this pressure placed on people that you need to get married, you need to have kids, you need to get yourself a nice career, and then, there you go. That's all that's important in life. You don't have to follow the traditional steps, okay? You don't have to be married to have children, okay? I'm just telling you that if you end up having to go through the actual legal divorce process, it's so crazy how much more difficult that is than getting married. You can walk into the courthouse, you can walk into a chapel in Vegas, be married in 5 seconds. Not that easy to get divorced, okay? And it's not a pleasant thing for anyone to go through. So really think it out. Live together for a long time. Be in a relationship for a long time. And if you're finally like, yeah, I know this is it. There's no chance of us going anywhere. Then you can finally do the legal thing so you can get the little tax benefits and things like that. But don't let people pressure you into getting married at a young age, okay? For any reason. You don't have to. Because again, it's a legal binding contract. Why does your relationship need the government stamp of approval? Huh? Why do you need a document for it? That's not what love should be. It's not a piece of paper, okay? So I hope these people can figure it out. But gonna have to put in a lot of effort. And again, that's why you shouldn't get married as a teenager. You're not gonna be the same person in a few years. The person you are right when you get out of high school, that is not who you're gonna be later on in your 20s. You got to really get to know somebody if you want to, do this legal thing. So there's my unsolicited advice. Again, I'm not judging anybody. But having gone through the divorce process, it is not fun. And I didn't get married young. We waited a long time, a really long time to get married. I think we waited the appropriate amount of time. And it's still, and ended up, it didn't work out. But, certainly didn't do it in the late teens, early 20s. Okay.
This is Mike, too, and stands over there in the corner.
Yeah, he likes to be over there.
Yeah.
So we shuffled things around a little bit. So what's going on, Peaches?
Well, I found this controversial list because a lot of people are hitting it with the laugh react on Facebook.
Okay.
The top burger chains of 2025.
Okay, what's the page it's on? I want to pull it up.
It's on Yelp.
Yelp on Facebook.
Well, you can type in Food Beast, and then it'll say Yelp ranked the top.
Food Beast is the Facebook page.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. And when did they post this?
This morning.
This morning. Okay, there it is. Okay, I see their answer for the best burger chain in America, but where's the full list? Do they link it in the comments?
So I can send it to you.
There it is. Okay, I got it. I think I found it. All right, we're taking a look here at the top 25. Now these are fast food burgers, not like say Red Robin. No, they've got Red Robin on there. Okay,
burger chain, any chain restaurant
that's just like straight known for burgers.
I mean, Red Robin's really good.
I like Red
underrated.
Robin.
Yeah.
I do think they're underrated. I think they're really good. So they've got Steak and Shake at 25, Checkers/Rallies at 24, Carl's Jr., Wendy's, Fatburger, White Castle. Okay, right out of the gate. White Castle should be at the bottom of the list.
I've heard nonstop bad things about that place too, like how their sliders are just awful.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have to go to a White Castle restaurant to have a White Castle slider. They taste no different if you buy the ones at Winco in the freezer than if you go to the place and get them. I went in Phoenix with my daughter because I'd never been to an actual White Castle, and I was so disappointed. So disappointed. It was expensive, too. They're little tiny burgers. They should cost like 50 cents a piece. Anyway.
I wonder how their workers, if they really hate that movie, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. They must hear so many references to that movie every single day.
Probably, but it's a great movie. So if you work at White Castle and you don't like that movie, you should probably get a different job. That's a classic. I haven't watched that forever. Did you? Isn't another one Harold and Kumar Go to Guantanamo Bay?
Probably.
I think so.
I haven't seen the movie. I just know the title.
And they have the Harold and Kumar Christmas. That's like one of the best Christmas movies of all time. It's hilarious. Anyway, so Burger King, Sonic Drive-In, McDonald's, Smash Burger, Wahlburgers, Whataburger, Burger Fi, I've never heard of that, or Cookout. They got Jack in the Box pretty high on the list at number 11.
Wow. I mean, Burger King should be bottom for me.
You think so?
Oh, Burger King's the worst.
I like Burger King, but I mean, I pretty much like all burgers.
Well, here's the thing. People give Arby's flack, and then they go to Burger King. It's like you have no room to talk.
And I like Arby's, too, and Arby's has a good burger. They started serving burgers in the last couple of years. They're pretty good.
They ranked Burger King over Wendy's?
Yes, Wendy's is pretty low on the list, and I'd put Wendy's, as far as fast food goes, I'd put Wendy's pretty high. The Baconator, you can't really beat that for a fast food burger.
Yeah, no, Wendy's seems to be pretty good in my opinion.
All right, so then they got Red Robin, then a place called Mooyah.
Mooyah!
Then Wayback Burgers, another one I've never heard of. Then we got Five Guys, then Freddy's.
Five Guys overrated.
Well, okay, we've talked about Five Guys a lot. Five Guys is expensive, but the burger is good. Now, if you go on a value type of weighting, figuring out who's the best, if you want to get a burger and fries at Five Guys, you're going to pay a lot of money. But the burger itself, I would say, is better than pretty much all fast food. But you pay for it,
I just think that the cult following, similar to In-N-Out,
yeah,
has ruined Five Guys for me, especially with one of my close friends being such a Five Guys relentless follower.
I haven't been there in a while. I need to give them another go. But I just can't get enough of Culver's, man.
I was going to say, my personal opinion, Culver's is number one.
And did you try their new burger?
Yes.
The
same day
Jack?
you tried it too, yeah.
That burger was bomb.
It was?
It was so good.
That everything seasoned bun was perfect.
Exactly. Like that, sorry In-N-Out, but that Culver's burger smokes an In-N-Out burger.
Well, I wonder how In-N-Out's going to taste now that they've gotten rid of all the artificial ingredients that they had before.
Well, and I looked at that graphic you sent me, and it looked like they did that quite a while ago.
Did they?
A few years ago. So if you've had a shake in recent years, you've already had it with the, vegetable, coloring and things put into it.
I haven't had a shake in quite a while from there.
Yeah, I haven't either, because I generally just get one or two double-doubles, call it good. Well, they did rank In-N-Out number one on this list.
Yeah.
And now, again, for value, just straight value, I think In-N-Out wins. Because the burgers, what is it for a double-double, like $5.50?
I thought it was like $4 something.
I think it's gone up a little bit. But even so, even at like $5.50, the Culver's burger, I want to say, is about $7. Culver's, I think they still win. I mean,
Culver's itself has the best burger, the best fries I've ever had.
The fries, there's no comparison. In-N-Out's fries are not good.
You know whose fries also suck that I'm not a fan of? Freddy's. The shoestring fries.
Yeah.
I don't like.
But Freddy's has the tots. Have you had Freddy's tots, Peaches?
I've never been a fan of tots.
Try Freddy's tots. Me and Josh have been raving about them to each other for ever since they started serving them. They're the best tots I've had anywhere. They're so good. I go to Freddy's, sometimes, not even necessarily wanting the burger, but, I get the burger to go with the tots. And then they have a place called The Habit, really high on the list, number 2.
The Habit is fantastic.
I've never heard of The Habit.
It's one of my absolute favorites.
All right.
It's basically if In-N-Out expanded their menu and they put on like fried green beans and like these other different sandwiches. They have like these charbroiled burgers that are really good.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to check them out next time I'm in an area that has one. Never heard of it before.
I'm looking at the Salt Lake City In-N-Out menu from 2020, so it's not necessarily the same.
I think it's gone up since
the
then.
Double's $4.19.
Yeah, it's definitely more than that now. I don't remember the exact amount the last time we went there, but I want to say it was like $5.50. It sounds about right.
Also, for those listening right now, don't be that person that walks in and goes, "Man, your prices went up, didn't they?" to the random fast food worker. They're not going to care. They're not the person in charge. They're not the one raising the prices themselves.
Yeah, they're just a customer service worker. They're not management. Talk to the manager.
It's not Mr. In-N-Out right there. It's not Lindsay Snyder. You can talk to her about it.
Yeah, message the In-N-Out Facebook page and complain about prices.
Right, go talk to the richest lady in all of California, Lindsay Snyder herself.
There you go. All right. I'm probably done yapping on the show, everybody, since I'm looking at the clock here, and it is kind of late. So Peaches and I will be back for the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem. Thank you again to Ben from the Advocates for coming by today, hooking up a $200 Visa gift card. The Advocates are just the best, man.
Oh, they're awesome.
I mean, again, this weekend, it's a holiday weekend, tons of people traveling. I hope nobody is involved in any accidents. But, if a reckless, inattentive driver, injures you or your family, call the Advocates. Like, you don't even need to worry about, a charge. They'll tell you whether or not they can help you. They don't charge you anything till they win your case and get you the best settlement possible. So you never need to be worried about just calling and asking them questions. They're awesome guys. We hang out with them. Like, wouldn't hang out with them if we didn't think they were, awesome people. That's who I'm calling if I ever need to, without question. Thank you again for tuning in to the Viktor Wilt Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.